Al-Afuww, the forgiving, Al-Ghafoor, the ever forgiving, Al-Ghaffar, the all forgiving, the one who was and is known with his attributes of forgiveness, the one who was and is described as showing forgiveness and clemency to his servants. Everyone is in dire need of his forgiveness, just as they are in dire need of his mercy and kindness. Allah has promised forgiveness to the one who fulfills its conditions. He says, وَإِنِّي لَغَفَّارٌ لِمَنْ تَابَ وَآمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا ثُمَّ اهْتَدَى. And indeed I am all forgiving to him who repents, believes, does righteous deeds, and then remains consistent in doing them. وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. He is Al-Ghafoor, the most merciful. وَإِنِّي لَغَفَّارٌ لِمَنْ تَابَ وَآمَنَ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا ثُمَّ اهْتَدَى. And indeed I am Al-Ghaffar. I am Ghaffar to him who repents, believes, and does righteous deeds, and then remains consistent in doing them. Inni.
So moving on with the name Al-Ghafoor and also Al-Afuww and Al-Ghaffar. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the forgiving and the ever forgiving and the all forgiving. These has been translated. It is to know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala possesses these qualities bifadlihi, through His grace, brothers. That He forgives and He pardons and overlooks. And this increases Him in His qualities. And for that reason, مَا زَادَ اللَّهُ عَبْدًا بِعَفْوٍ إِلَّا عِزَّةً. No one does pardoning except Allah increases him in honor and nobility. Al-Af is not a quality. They say Al-Afu عند المقدرة محمدة. Being one that pardons while capable of seeking revenge is a praiseworthy quality. It's not weakness that what people assume. People keep saying it's weakness. It's not. Weakness is being one who pardons that because you can't seek revenge. That's what people do when they're weak. But people that pardon when they're capable of seeking revenge and they still pardon for Allah's sake. So the word al-afw al-maghfirah is the difference between the two. Yani some have said different reasons, but they are used interchangeably. Some use the word al-afw for leaving off the prohibitions or for leaving off the wajibat. Al-Afu an tark al-wajibat. And maghfirah is falling into muharramat, falling into that which is prohibited. So we ask Allah to pardon us for our shortcomings when we do acts of worship, the ma'murat. And we ask Allah forgiveness when we fall into the prohibited acts. So this is what some scholars have said. And there's other meanings to it. We won't, because the time is short, we can't go into it. Hold on.
At-Tawwab.
Al-Ghaffar is the one who He constantly forgives, despite the servant. He does a sin. And then he goes back to it. And then perhaps return to Allah. And then he seeks Allah, Allah forgives him. Then he returns back, then Allah forgives him. Al-Ghaffar. This is the meaning, brothers.